The reveal of the Mercedes EQE has charged up the executive luxury EV sedan segment. Lucid, which is just about to start deliveries of its Air model, is a direct competitor to the EQE. In this video, I'll perform a side-by-side comparison of the exterior, interior, tech, performance and pricing of these two EVs and show you how they stack up. Among gasoline cars in the executive luxury sedan segment, there's a number of competitors like the Mercedes E-Class, BMW 5 Series and the Audi A6. In the comparable EV segment, the competition has been limited to the Tesla Model S and more recently, the Lucid Air. Now, with the arrival of the Mercedes EQE, there's a new worthy competitor to give drivers more choice. These cars are remarkably similar in length and width. The Lucid is a few inches taller, whereas the EQE has a longer wheelbase. The EQE sports the single-bow profile that is quickly becoming the hallmark of Mercedes' electric range. The front sports a black panel where you would typically find sensors. The lights are LED, but there's also an optional digital light. This digital light can project symbols and shapes on the roadway and also turn off parts of the light so as not to blind oncoming traffic. In the rear is a continuous taillight with a helix shape, making a reference to the electric powertrain of the car. The rear of the Air also has a continuous taillight, but Lucid's claim to fame is that theirs is a large single-piece taillight. The front also sports a continuous metal strip running across the hood of the car. Under it is a micro-lens array with a concept similar to Mercedes' digital light. The Air's design is inspired by jet aircraft and, as I point out in a previous video of mine, also by classic American luxury cars. Both manufacturers have worked hard at creating streamlined shapes, with the EQE achieving a drag coefficient of 0.20 and the Air a slightly higher 0.21. As a result, both designs are beautiful and elegant, in keeping with what you'd expect from a luxury executive car. The interiors of both cars are also very much in keeping with what you'd expect from an executive luxury sedan. Mercedes vehicles are known for the luxury interiors, and the EQE gets the same treatment. There's seats in two styles, sport and comfort. Materials include perforated leather, neotex, and an assortment of wood and metal finishes. The base EQE will get a 12.8-inch infotainment screen. But the top-of-the-line technology for the interior is this hyperscreen that spans 56 inches from end to end. Behind the continuous glass are three screens: an instrument screen, an OLED infotainment screen, and a screen for the passenger. The passenger can watch movies, manage the navigation, or control the entertainment. But where Mercedes goes wall-to-wall with screens, Lucid takes a more discreet approach with its technology. The primary screen is a 34-inch 5K floating display for instrument cluster and infotainment. You can send apps down to the supplemental tablet, which can be retracted for a cleaner look and for access to storage. A cleaner look is what Lucid is going for throughout the cabin. And it's a sophisticated look that has a great deal of thought, design, and innovation behind it. The interior themes are inspired by the light and colors in specific California locations at specific times. The expansive glass roof opens up the interior and brings in the outdoors. Sustainability is the central part of Lucid's interior design. Sustainable materials include Napa leather, sourced from the world's only carbon-neutral producer, a range of sustainably harvested wood trims, and textiles including Alcantara and a wool blend textile made from sustainable alpaca and 100% recycled yarn. Careful thought has been given to the craftsmanship and the way these materials come together. We don't have interior dimensions for the EQE, so we don't know if the longer wheelbase results in more interior space. But we do know that the cargo space of the trunk is almost the same. However, the Lucid has a substantial frunk, while the EQE has no frunk at all. Both Lucid and Mercedes are pushing the envelope of technology. One of the advanced technologies that car companies are pursuing is autonomous driving. Unfortunately, we don't have much information from Lucid on their technology. We do know that vehicles will have 14 cameras, 5 radar units, LiDAR, and facial recognition. Entry-level models will get Level 2 self-driving, whereas the higher trims will get future-ready Level 3. I assume the LiDAR and facial recognition will be in models that are Level 3 ready. But we haven't seen any demos or further information from Lucid on self-driving, so that is a bit of a mystery. Mercedes does offer the Driving Assistance Package Plus, which will maintain speed, distance, and center the car in lane. The EQS will have an optional Level 3 self-driving system that can only be used in Germany under certain conditions, but there is no word of it being offered on the EQE. Another technology that manufacturers are pursuing is artificial intelligence. Mercedes has put it to use in the hyperscreen. Instead of having you scroll through multiple screens, it will study the driver's habits, anticipate which apps or features the driver will need, and will have those available on the home screen. Artificial intelligence appears to be the next frontier in car technology, and it's interesting that Lucid doesn't use any, or at least none that they've told us about. A few other key tech features are that Mercedes offers augmented reality head-up display and rear-wheel steering, while Lucid does not. What's nice is that both offer bi-directional charging. In a luxury executive sedan, you're expecting a higher grade of performance. So let's find out how these two stack up. At launch, the EQE comes in only rear-wheel drive with a single motor that produces 288 horsepower and 390 pound-feet of torque. Compare that to the entry-level Lucid, the Pure, which comes in rear-wheel drive also, but with a 480 horsepower motor. Lucid hasn't revealed the torque numbers. There is a future all-wheel drive EQE planned, and I assume an AMG version is in the works too. Those compare against a range of Lucid trims, with the top of the line being the AirDream Performance with whopping 1,111 horsepower. Although Mercedes hasn't revealed acceleration numbers, I expect that the EQE 350 will be in the high 6 seconds and the all-wheel drive in the high 4 seconds. Be sure to check out my video comparing the EQE to the Model S to see how I came up with those estimates. These acceleration numbers are understandably slower than those of the Lucid Air. The Lucid Air comes in 2 battery sizes, whereas the EQE so far comes in only 1 size. Coincidentally, the size of the smaller batteries is very close. The range of the EQE is 407 miles, but that's based on the WLTP cycle. The WLTP range typically yields a higher number than the EPA cycle, so for the EQE's EPA range, I will estimate a number that is about 25% less. Lucid, like Tesla, is a company that is hyper-focused on efficiency, and that focus really comes through in the range numbers. The Air gets significantly more range. With the just released news of Lucid breaking the range record with an impressive EPA-certified 520 miles for its Air range, I expect the numbers for the smaller battery will be similar to those projected when EPA testing is complete. One of the features that helps with the efficiency are the miniaturized motors. A big advantage that Lucid has over the EQE is in charging. The EQE gets a disappointing max charge power of 170 kilowatt, while the Lucid, with its 924 volt system, can go as high as 300 kilowatt. For suspension, the Lucid gets semi-active dampers, while the base EQE gets multi-link as standard and air suspension with adaptive damping as optional. So the Air gets better range, has better performance and faster charging, but will it also cost more? Well, Mercedes hasn't released prices for the EQE. However, given the patterns we're seeing with the EQS pricing, we can make some educated guesses. In Germany, the EQS is priced in line with its combustion counterpart, the S-Class. If that holds true for the EQE also, we could estimate the prices of the EQE by comparing it to the E-Class. Based on that comparison, here's what I estimate the US pricing to be for the EQE. That puts it quite a bit lower than the Lucid, which would make sense given the EQE's lesser performance and charging specs. We will still want to see how the base models are configured and options are priced, as I expect the options to add up quickly. So from this comparison, it emerges that both the EQE and Air have great design inside and out, have cutting-edge technology, but the Air scores higher on performance. So which one would you buy, the EQE or the Air? Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like me to compare the EQE to another car, let me know the name of that EV too. Please give the video a like, share your comments below, and subscribe to the Driver Download.